The whip! There goes Spider-Man's web. Hey everyone, and welcome to the review of Spider-Man Life Story. By me
I didn't
and
like
three
that.
Yeah,
compadres.
that's pretty cringy, bro.
That was a good intro, and you're gonna
Whip.
love it. That's what it
I,
sounds
I,
like.
You
I
didn't want to
prefer
say
the.
cool cats and kittens, but you went with
I,
whip.
It's Spider-Man related, okay? Shut up and do the review.
Shut up and do the review. So, what do we think of Spider-Man Life Story, boys?
I liked it a lot. That's it, that's the review. Bye!
That's a review. We're done. Thanks for coming. What do you think, Pickles? What did you think of Spider-Man Life Story? Tell me all your thoughts. Tell me.
Well, I've mentioned before that I don't actually tend to like Spider-Man stories. The only ones that I've really liked was Craven's Last Hunt, really, and Maximum Carnage. But this one is actually a nice surprise. It's actually really good.
That's good because this story rips off those ones as well. It probably helped.
Yeah, I think that's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, Spider-Man life story written by Chip Zdarsky, the main man.
Beautiful man.
Beautiful man, beautiful beard. And
Nice butt.
He does have a
art
nice
is
book.
by Scott Eaton, I believe.
He does very good work.
Very, very nice. And
Gorgeous though.
full 6 issues. I miss that in stories. Where they just keep one artist on the whole run. Yeah.
It's handy, you know. It can be infuriating when the artist gets changed halfway through.
It's true, it's true.
I've seen artists get changed halfway through a single issue. That sucks.
Oh, yeah.
That happened in Secret Empire, actually, where they did flashback sequences.
that I think I could tolerate. That makes sense.
Yeah,
too.
it makes sense, but I like
I'd
the art
rather-
more
I'd still
from
rather they
from the
do it.
artist.
Flashbacks
Yeah,
are
yeah.
cool, yeah. But I kind of think Chip Zdarsky did somewhat similar thing, where he basically took bits and pieces of writing from other stories and put them in. Sewed
That's
them
right.
in expertly, I feel.
Absolutely.
I think
it's more.
yeah.
That's the biggest challenge of the book, actually. There's so much story that they have to fit into 6 issues.
Should we
Yeah.
explain the gimmick of this book, because for some people might not know. Booster, you wanna do that?
Well, as it is called Life Story, it is in fact, shockingly enough, Spider-Man's life story. So each issue is set in a different decade, right? We start with the 60s, about 4 years into Spider-Man's career. And in the next issue, we're about 10 years after that. And the next issue is about 10 years or so after that, right? And so on and so forth. And it's very well done. And what we have is throughout Spider-Man's real comic book history, stories from Spider-Man's past, including things like Secret Wars, Craven's Last Hunt, the Clone Saga, and the death of Gwen Stacy. Spoilers. All kind of woven together into this book very well, but in a all new take of all those stories as well. And it's done very well, I gotta say. I love it, man.
I love that he didn't do them exactly as they were, so it keeps you guessing as you go through the story.
Exactly.
There's also a surprising amount of death. I don't know if you've noticed that. There's a lot of people. Quite a few people die in this in this story.
Oh yeah, it can be a real downer at times. I gotta say,
Yeah.
there are times where I'm like, Chip Zdarsky, can I get a fucking good point, please? This is miserable. What's happening? You know, can't get into that without spoiler. But like I said, it does cover about 60 years of the guy's career,
Yeah.
and it tends to cover the old Parker luck quite a bit, right? Which is a lot of people around him tend to die.
That's probably the thing we talked about, where since it's so short, he had to basically put so much in, and the most influential moments of Spider-Man is very depressing. It's when people die, and it's when he loses people. So we don't really get that many happy-go-lucky moments, which I feel Spider-Man is a lot about as well. You know, but I
He's a
think
quirky character.
I will say that issue 1 is probably the most cheerful issue of the series.
Yeah, there isn't so much horrible
Ooh.
happening in that. In fact, I think that's the one with the body counts at the lowest. That's right. In fact, 0 people die in the first issue,
As with life
which
itself,
changes rapidly.
as with life itself, the older you get, the more serious you are, the less jokes you make, and the more people die around you.
Yeah.
And that's the book.
Oh, thankfully, I did like that 70-year-old Peter Parker was still cracking lame jokes. That's how
Gamer
that's
jokes.
the only way I'd have him. Only way I'd have him.
Okay, and let's rate it and then jump into spoilers, shall we?
Shall we? We
Okay.
shall.
Definitely read for me. Get it, read it, love it, and yeah, definitely read.
Definitely a read out of not.
This is
Yeah.
gonna be a lovely hardcover. I feel like this is gonna be like top shelf kind of thing for me. at
For
least.
me, this is a 2 thumbs up out of 10 fingers. That's a
Those are all the thumbs.
that's a good rating. Yeah, exactly.
That's-
It's all my thumbs that I have.
I'm not smart enough to figure that out.
Yeah. And this is the kind of book I would give to a normie, you know, someone who likes Spider-Man, who's watched the movies but hasn't really dived into the comics. This is one of the comics that I would give to them because you're going to see everything about Spider-Man's history, and also you'd be able to, if they like this, you'd be able to recommend 10 different freaking books off of this, right?
Oh yeah, that's
You'd be
right.
like, oh, did you like this? Well, would you like to see what this part's referencing? How about this part? Well, would you like to see what that's referencing? You give them 10 books out of that. Then they'll be off on a Spider-Man freaking Blaze of Glory. Just reading all sorts of Spider-Man. And that'll probably help them dive in the comics as well.
That's very fair point.
Mm-hmm.
Pickles?
Pickles.
I would
Give
give it 8.5 tea bags out of 10 tea bags.
Woof.
Only 8.5. Oof,
That is a very high rating.
damn. You
Well,
have a lot of
like
tea
I said,
bags.
this is a very surprising book. You know, I remember a few years ago when it came out, I had some negativity around it, and Booster
we'll get
actually
to that.
really liked it. So I gave it a chance, and I actually do really like it.
fair point.
We'll get into all those people's wrong opinions soon enough.
That's right. So, if you haven't read it, go read it, scram from this video, and come back later to hear us talk spoilers.
And if you don't care about spoilers, well, aren't you a silly Nancy? Get out of here with that.
If you don't care about spoilers, here are they now.
So we start with issue 1. We've got Peter Parker. He's been about Spider-Man for 4 years, and we're just getting him doing what he does best. He swings around in the rates. That's how every single Spider-Man comic should open. Swinging around in the rating. That should be his thing. We're in the 60s, 1966, and it's all about the Vietnam War. at the moment,
Spider-Man's
right?
doing what he's best at, evading Nam. He's
Exactly.
not going.
He's the war dodger. I mean, the guy is only like, what, 22 at this point? So we'll let him have
No,
it.
it's been about Spider-Man for 4 years at this point.
So
So,
16, so
20.
he's like 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a 20-year-old. He's just started college,
that's
and he's trying to shag
drafting
Gwen
age.
Stacy. And he meets Harry's dad, Norm Osborn, and Norm Osborn is very much foreshadowing, like, I've been following you.
Yeah.
It's, I love how well done it is with the panels. Like, every panel where he just says something really suggestive, like, I've been following you. His face is all screwed up and everything. and then the next panel,
if
Norm
my-
Osborn's
sorry.
face is all nice again.
if my friend's dad was like saying I've been following you, I would give him a backhand. It's like, you fucking
Yeah.
weirdo. Don't follow me.
He'd be like, oh, hello, Peter. I've been following you. What's that? My green big nose? Oh, don't mention that, please.
Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't look,
My hideous yellow eyes? What?
don't look
Goblin?
at that at all.
Come on, Pete.
And yet he looks on the TV and he sees Iron Man at the Vietnam War, and he's like, I love war. That's pretty much Iron Man's character in this.
That's
I
what he
sure
does.
do love this.
That was Iron Man's character throughout the whole thing, though.
I sure like
You're
financially
probably
benefiting from this. Yes, oh yes.
This is great.
From every issue onwards, Iron Man just loves war.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much. And everyone's wondering whether or not Captain America is going to show up in the war.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man's wondering, well, should I go? Because I have superpowers. I have powers and responsibility. You're going to hear that a lot in this book.
It's a team for sure.
Mhm.
I like how Captain America wasn't frozen for that long. You know, he's hints up at 60s. He's like, well, took a nap. That's fine. Much hasn't changed, I guess, for me.
He ages beautifully.
Mm.
So then they're off to a bar where Flash Thompson is being sent off to the Vietnam War. He's decided he's going to go kill some Vietnamese.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna love it.
And he's doing it. Why, Booster?
Why? Oh, because well, first we should get into the fact that Peter just starts acting like a cock towards him, right?
Oh yeah.
And Peter's just like,
Just wants
hey,
him out being a
how
dick.
you doing, high school bully? I bet you love going to war and killing people. And Flash Thompson's like, wow, you're a dick. And Peter's like, oh, I am a dick. I'm sorry, that was uncalled for. So why do you want to go to the war? Flash's like, nah, it's dumb. And Peter's like, tell me. Flash's like, no, tell me, silly. Flash says, well, it's what my hero Spider-Man would do. Peter's like, oh. Shit.
I have a spoiler
I
for
have
you,
it on-
buddy.
I have it on good authority. I don't think he's going. I don't think Spider-Man wants to go. Flash's like, nah, that Spider-Man's totally going.
I can just imagine Spider-Man's face going, "Oh yeah, about that." Oh.
John, I
don't
hate to
wanna-
break this to you, but ooh.
So yeah, they get into that a little. They apologize to each other for being cocks to each other all their lives.
And then
Uh,
Slytherally Osborn shows up, you know.
And he's like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey,
Like-
man, what a champ this guy is. If only my pussy son went to war. Oh well."
Oh,
Harry's like, "I'm right here, Dad."
I love how basically Osborn goes like every issue, just like, "Hey, Peter. Oh, by the way, fuck you, Harry.
I would
You're a
have found it.
disappointment."
I would have found it hilarious if you just went to the barkeeper and went, "I'm going to buy everyone here a drink, apart
Except
from my son
myself."
Harry."
I'm gonna buy everyone I respect a drink. Dad, I do not have a drink. I know.
I love how
Leave my side.
he then sits next to Peter and he's like, "Hey, Pete, do you see that pumpkin up there? That pumpkin that's on the shelf? I had put it in there, you know. I have prepared for this. That's how sneaky I am, Goblin. This place is wrecked."
Love how as soon as Osborn shows how much he knows about Peter, his face just screws up, you know? I
that was
love
lovely.
that detail the artist did about that. He's very good at the expressions with Norman Osborn. You know, when he's all nice, he's got this bright, happy face, and then his face just all screws up and snare and everything. And he says, "I'm gonna blow this place up if you don't meet me in the back alley and fight me." He's like, "Fight me, bro! Fight me, bro!" And so, yeah, Peter Parker just sneaks out on the
But
back
then
alley, and there he is, Green Goblin.
They meet out at the back, right? And Green Goblin attacks him. Then Spider-Man's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" Green Goblin's like, "I'm not actually trying to hurt you." And it's like, dude, you just attacked him.
Yeah, this is a very bad. I don't want to kill you. And yeah, he's beating the crap out of Peter with pumpkin bombs and everything. He's, "I want you to live as this, and this. You're brilliant. You live a double life as a totem of something more like me." And this is great when Peter Parker slams this massive Daily Bugle billboard on him. That you get this awesome splash page of him flipping back as he pulls it down right on Goblin, and he's thinking, "Oh, yeah, I could just sliver off and let him die. Oh, damn it, I can't." And that's when he realizes Norm has amnesia, and he believes that because his spider sense isn't going off anymore over it, is it?
That's true.
Yeah.
This is kind of like, you know, you have to accept it, I guess. In the first issue, it's like, "What happened, Spider-Man? I'm a good guy now."
Yep.
He would still be a bad person if he lost his memory, right?
Yeah, you'd
Oh.
think so.
You'd say-
Spider-Man still has him arrested.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
By putting in a tip that is the Green
Yeah.
Goblin.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
wondering, whether or not that was a prick move, right? But
like-
it's probably the best move to make.
Hey, Harry. Seeing your dad is in prison. Good, right?
How about
Head
that?
of-
And
head
Harry's
of
like,
the company.
no, I love my dad. And Norman Osborn's like, I may have lost my memory, but still, fuck you, Harry.
Like,
I
Harry,
still remember that you're a little bitch.
Harry, I might be in prison, but you better keep that haircut. Sir, Harry. I'll keep tabs on ya.
Then we reached the end of the book where Spider-Man's late to seeing off Flash Thompson,
Yep.
and Gwen Stacy's mad at him for being late because he doesn't get to see Flash Thompson, and what she notices that that Peter's wearing the suit under his normal clothes.
One does wonder that would happen much more than
And
once, right?
And that's when Gwen blows her load, if you know what I'm saying. Just as soon as she sees that, she's just quaking.
And that's when the issue ends.
No, there's still a little bit more though. Remember, there's like two more pages.
Well,
We-
I have
we got,
short memory.
Yeah, I know. That's when we find out that Cap America is in Vietnam.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
Not fighting for America. How do we feel about that?
he's fighting for justice. That's what he's
Yeah.
fighting for.
Yeah.
He's-
Some people saw this as he's fighting for the Vietnamese, and that's him betraying America. No, he's
Yeah,
making
this is
sure
where the
that-
negativity came in.
Yeah. But I
Like-
say no. He's fighting for
Morals.
both sides. He's
Yeah.
trying to.
Well, they didn't
trying to-
put the context in there when there was an article about it.
That's true. Yeah.
They just
But
had
as far as
him. They had him saying that these people. They say that, oh, he's in Vietnam, and they show this panel of him saying these people are under my protection. But the context of it is that these are innocent Vietnamese people
Yeah, that's
that were
Yes.
about to be like shot to fuck by American soldiers.
Yes. He's
So-
protecting everyone on both sides
Yeah,
when he's in Vietnam.
He's doing
Both
more.
sides.
which is very Captain America thing to do.
So what I felt. Yeah.
Now, second issue. Let's blast through it. Step on the gas. What did you think? Ben?
Can we talk about
So
spoilers for this one?
Well, this one, roughly what happens is that Flash turned out to be dead. This is the
like-
this is
That
the
was
80s,
pretty much
right?
on the first page.
Yeah,
it's like opening. Flash is dead. It's like
That's why it just hits you in the feels. Where it's like, oh,
yeah.
because you know, in the main universe, Flash survives Afghanistan, but he has his legs blown off, and that's why he becomes Agent Venom. But
Yeah.
in this universe, he's just straight up dead. Doesn't return.
splat gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shows up
Kind of
that Pete's working for Fantastic now.
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr.
Oh, and Doc Ock is working for him as well.
He's a
And
good
checking
guy.
up.
Checking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's hitting those old beans,
I'm your new uncle, Peter.
Mhm,
Mm.
And then
Good
Spider-Man swings over to go see MJ. She's like, Petey. She's drunk off her nut. She's high.
Oh,
So
yeah.
is Harry, who's just like comatose from being so high. And MJ starts being a bitch. She's like, "Ugh, Petey, you're such a bastard. Don't you know Flash is dead also, and it's your fault?" It's like, what?
I'm coked off my head, Peter.
And he goes back to Reed, who now he's taken. I feel he's taken out his anger on Reed. Then he says something nasty about Sue Storm shagging Namor, which Reed gives him a mighty fine slap for. And I love this line. My spider senses warns me in time, but I let the slap land. It's the least I can do. It's like he knew he went too far. He's gonna let Reed take it out on him. Then he quits working for Reed now.
And
And that's when he goes-
to work
Yeah, he goes
for
to this,
Gwen's employer.
Yeah, Warren. Dr. Warren.
Warren.
Dr. Warren. He goes over to see
It's a
him. He's like, I'm
secret.
gonna work with you now.
Yeah.
And then Black Goblin shows up. He's like, haha, I'm here. I don't remember why he just showed up. Just, I'm here now.
It's like my
And
my
he-
dad sent me. Oh, I mean, who? Who? Anyway, bomb
I'm
on the
not
door.
Harry.
Boom.
But do you think Norm would be proud of me?
Let's just say this Green Goblin Harry Osborn is very short-lived.
Yeah.
So he throws
And-
bomb at some wall and reveal clones.
What is here? And Professor's like, look, I know this is weird, but hear me out. I wanted to clone you guys. I thought it'd be great. Just for a laugh, right? And and Harry's like, why did a dad clone me? Why did he clone Peter? I'll kill you, Peter! And he starts beating up Spider-Man. And during all this ruckus, well, Harry decides he's gonna blow up the clones, and the person's like, no! Spider-Man's like, oh, they're just clones. Gwen's like, save them, they're still alive. He's like, oh. So he goes over to save them. Norm's dead. He's like, oh, lame. And he
Gwen's
sees
dead.
that the Gwen one's dead. He's like, oh, lame. He's like, hey, my one's alive. Neat! You're gonna save me!
Who cares about this
And
one?
then Professor's like, no, that was the real Gwen in the chamber. That one's the clone. And then Peter's like, no, my real Gwen that I love is dead.
I think that Warren is the right weirdo because he was saying that he wanted Gwen all to himself. Ugh.
That was weird. That was really gross and weird. So he's like, so wait, he was in love with the Gwen clone, but then he lets the Gwen clone run off with the Peter clone to be in love together. Then he's like, I have nothing! Nothing!
We never see what actually happens to the Gwen clone after this. That's something I would kind of want maybe Chip to bring up.
Maybe, yeah. We
That
didn't
would
really
be my
see much
one
more.
complaint, yeah.
This is the problem with having 6 issues when there's so much to tell.
Yeah, I could
Yes,
definitely
yeah, so much
definitely
on
take
here.
more than 6 issues of this. Hey everyone, this is Chevy. I'm editing down the video. Turns out we went so much overtime. So this is part 1 and I'll edit down part 2 and post that as a separate video. Hopefully you'll love it so far. Okay? Thank you very much and have a good one.